Hello, fellow armchair generals. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button to subscribe. Love to see you around more often. I look at the metrics of the videos, and the first 30 seconds gets the most views, so thought I'd put that up front. Okay, so yes, we're trying to grow the channel here. Love to have your support in doing so. Okay, of course this is Hearts of Iron 3 with Black Eyes 9.11, and we're playing as Japan. So we are pushing forward on that. We currently have a sometime after February 11th, few days for the start of the war in the Pacific. Military police advance. No, that's the third time's the charm. Okay. Yeah, or garrison, tropical island garrison organizations. Those are all useful for increase. And for January, in the sense of advances in winter, I guess things are going okay. There hasn't been a massive pushback by the Soviets. I wonder if they think they may have pushed that back there. There has been a little bit. So it looks like they're getting across Narva River there. Turn the flank. Italian units load into Germany. Italian units operating in German territory. German units loaned to Italy, operating in in German territory. Just looking at how the AI is doing it all by themselves, how things are going. Afghanistan, we would give them money for energy. Sure thing, Afghanistan. We are trying to influence you to be closer to us. And that would be a good thing. Now we've gotten something. Oh, okay, some more flying boats have become available. Okay, I thought I'd stacked up enough units and things for this episode. Okay, well, as you can see here, we've got a lot of tropical island garrisons. I didn't quite count. I'm just hopeful that we take all kinds of places. And we're also looking at a few more sort of standard type divisions. These guys coming pocket battleships, light and regular sort of carriers, more aircraft. Well, let's, because it may end up being a need more kind of situation. Let's build some of those. Let's go with some, yeah, 4 of those and 4 destroyers. Groups or whatever. I'm still not sure whether they think of them as individual destroyers or squadrons of destroyers. That may not matter, but it does sort of matter in their relative effectiveness and relative costs to things like light cruisers. Okay, well, you know, let's... I didn't deploy these just because they have, you know, 14th flying boat. Rather have a more immersive name. And yeah, I could pull out a dictionary, Japanese to English dictionary, and type in something that says flying boat in Japan and put a number on it, but okay, here we are. Yeah, not that I mind that they have regular bombing skills. That looks good enough. And, down here for, Naval Air, Nav Air HQ. That is meant to be a, not maybe all by itself, but a bit of a fleet killer. Ship killer may be more appropriate. Well, let's speed this up a little bit and then obviously immediately pause. Okay, Tactical Air Command Advance. That's good. That would help out a lot of our ground attack, make them better, so we'll continue that. This may end up being the start of the Pacific War episode. Of course, you'll see it in the title and the thumbnail. Okay, well, let's see if we can move these two here. No, we cannot. So since we cannot move those there, and I'm going to presume we can't move this group to here. And yes, that we might have a slightly closer base. We can come to here, right? Yes. Cancel that was just we're here. Okay, I think that's going to be our sort of first move. I think these guys are all too far away from there. From Midway, yes. Okay. Let's move you up to here. Rebase. Yeah, I think we'll leave those battleships out. They're pretty fast. Move them up to here. How big is this? Ooh, just level 1, yeah. They are having supply problems of their own, obviously. How big is this naval base? Ooh, okay, also. But let's try to shift supply needs. Let's see if we can come to here and still base up to here. Machine gun focus advance for fighters and other aircraft. Armament, here we are. Okay. There we go. Okay, so functionally, now we might be able to extend the range of some of these units if we were to, say, strip off some destroyers and whatnot. But obviously, I don't know, maybe that isn't obvious, but to me it's obviously they didn't do that historically, so ranges are a little bit out of whack. Okay, until December. Okay, 5%. Yeah, it's a bit high, but we're going to go for that still. I know we're stressing the supplies out here, especially for a level 2 base. Okay, guys, you're here now. Okay, can you make it to Midway? Yes, okay. So they're in the Midway range. They're in range of Midway. Ah, okay. Carrier aircraft prototype is advanced. Very good. Get NAR zeros grayed out. And we'll move that over to naval bomber prototypes. And nav tactics advanced. Very good. Yeah. We like that, but we're going to partially just too far ahead. Yeah. And a bunch more stuff has come available. Oh, there we go. Well, not the 11th yet, but we've already got a big stack of aircraft. Transports available. Very good. Okay, and we'll deploy this with that. Now, let's just do this. Okay, guys, fly down here and join up with this unit. I think we're going to create a big 6 stack of aircraft. That's why I'm not attaching them or worrying about who the leader is. Oh, well, okay. Oh, and I think it's worthy to go over again. Not sure if I did it recently, but Vincent asked me about attaching air units to ground HQs, whether they're, you know, say naval base or say air unit specialties, or whether this. To the best of my knowledge, there is no combat or other benefits. There may be one, but to the best of my knowledge, there is no benefits to attaching any air unit to any ground unit here. Now, the one that may be, and we sort of suspicion off, we don't know, is whether if you attach it and they get supply usage going down. Benefits, but they, you know, obviously don't get benefits from dig-in bonuses and other things, and we don't believe even if they have good air traits, those traits filter up to the air units. So I don't really believe it helps in any way. So you have no need to attach air units to ground units. Now, why is it in the game? Well, sort of in the game, I think, before I started playing, so I don't know all of the thinking behind it. But if you were to, say, decide to attach, and it's sort of somewhat designed, designed to say, oh, we're going to put create this theater here. We're going to have army groups and HQs, and then we're going to turn them on and say, yeah, why are these guys still attached to here? No, they should be attached to patrol. No. Yeah, patrol. Well, and now I'm doing this, and we don't know whether that helps those. No, we have sort of the home patrol, I guess. So that you would then turn on and have the AI play out the war with China. Okay, now to assign air units to this theater of operation, you would attach them to this theater HQ so that the AI will keep using them and operating in this theater. Even if all of the aircraft are shot down out here, they're still, say if there's fighters, they're still protecting over here. They're going to operate in support of this theater. So this is just if you're using the AI to manage it. Now you can, I don't think you can to individual units. I think you just do the core HQs, but maybe you can go all the way down. You can decide to go, oh, this core, no, this core here gets to have some tactical bombers as part of it. And so you can attach, or dive bombers, CAS, close air support. Let's attach, two close air supports. Now, maybe sort of silly to do it to some militia units, but say if you were having an armored core here, and motorized core, and you want to have specifically have the AI operate some close air support specifically involved in the advance of these units, you would attach the aircraft to here. And if you wanted to give them fighter cover, you could attach fighter units, and of course you could stack it and have one unit that has some fighters in it, has some close air support, whatnot, and so it would all operate in support of this. Now, of course, if there are units from another corps also attacking the province, well, it would get the benefit, so long as it's, say these 3 divisions here were all attacking here, it would still get the benefit if it's flying air missions from here, obviously for that battle. But this division moving into here would not get support from the air over here. That is why and how you use air units attached to ground units so that they support the specific missions of those ground units. So beyond that, there is no real gameplay. Again, there may be some of the traits trickle down. I hope for supply. I don't know if anyone's been able to test and come up with a definitive answer on any of that. I would love to hear not just like, oh, I think so. No, but if you can post to somewhere, either a Paradox person is saying it or somebody who has tested supply consumption. I don't know, enough to see, attach or detach all air units and have them operate, and attach all air units, down a chain of command and have them operate, and see which one uses less supply. I don't know if anyone's done that, and I would love to see their data on it if they do, or some other sort of traits that we can somehow see. If we can, that'd be lovely, but until I get that, I don't think so. Now, why should you bother with attaching air units to ground units? Well, in my mind, there's 2 reasons. One is immersion. And I have known of players who, and I've talked about my love of micromanaging, and I've talked about how I, like I say, I like chocolate, and I might not understand why anybody in the world wouldn't like chocolate, but I don't like coconut, and so I presume that, not that it tastes the same as them, but their distaste of chocolate is similar to my distaste of coconut. So I can see, and some of the people who play Hearts of Iron 4 sort of like setting up the thing and just sort of turning it on and casually sort of watching, not, sort of a relaxing though people relax different ways. Times in the past I've relaxed painting, little lead soldiers for war games, but which is sort of a focused activity, or is like relax shooting a firearm, because you have to concentrate, on shooting the firearm. Everything else sort of goes away while you're shooting, while you're pulling that trigger, so it clears the mind. So micromanaging can be clearing the mind, but I can get the idea that somebody doesn't want to concentrate too hard on the game. It's just sort of a casually, like watching the news or something, and you're just sort of half playing. Okay, outside of that, I still have difficulty in understanding why people wouldn't want to micromanage a game like this. But I do, and I've been thinking about this, understand that they may not get what they're supposed to do. It's not the micromanagement, it's what am I supposed to do? And how am I supposed to manage it? And that I totally get, because if I'm playing something, trying to do fleets in Hearts of Iron 4, or maybe we'll find Hearts of Iron 3, it's something I don't know that I should be clicking on, I don't know that I should be doing, not just hotkeys. Recently somebody said I should hotkey some things, and yeah, I just mostly would prefer almost not to touch my keyboard, quite honestly. I don't like hotkeys. I would prefer mouse, just do everything with the mouse. I'm not a hotkey person, so trying to remember what the hotkey is, having to look down instead of look at my screen, look down and hit that key, because I don't keep especially when I'm playing this, I do sort of keep my fingers indexed when playing like a first-person shooter on my keyboard. But when I'm playing this, I don't keep my fingers indexed on either hand, so I don't like hotkeys. So it's not a bad idea or bad thing, it's just not so much for me. But to get back to it, if you don't understand, or it doesn't come natural to figuring out how something is working, what you need to do to make it work and flow better, that I totally get. If you sort of kind of get some of the concepts, and you sort of kind of get what's going on, but it just sort of becomes overwhelming and you don't clearly know what you're supposed to be doing, micromanagement would be hell. If I whether it's hotkeys or just some other things to make it flow easy for you. So again, to attaching air units, but then I was going to say, some micromanagement can get so bad in that when they not historically given HQs and division titles, but I've known of people that have gone in, and now this looks like a complete because the shining division here, but yeah, because these have the multiple numbers. But let's find a more recent core here. Oh. All these, okay, here, like this. There are people that I have known that would know this division and would name this regiment here to match for this division, and would name all of these units, and would try, if it's available, to put the historical commander. They are really, really detail oriented. That's cool. It's just beyond the scope of my personal interest. So yeah, you can have people that want to micromanage the hell out of it. So if you want to attach air units to historical command organizations, the Luftfloats and other things in Germany, from World War II, yes, there is a very real reason to do that if that is your thing, and it is not a bad thing. It is, you can look at all of, and notice it isn't here because it isn't here for the AI, because the AI doesn't know how to handle it. To have the Luftwaffe structure and have the naval structures. Now, why would you have all of that? It is just for immersion, and all of, if you're playing with Third Reich events, the SA units. Well, it is for immersion, but on several levels. One, yeah, it looks pretty on the map, and that is a level of immersion. The other is that yes, you could try to, and I have to some extent, use some units on the front lines, and they did do a little bit of SA units actually on the front lines in the invasion of Poland. And you can use those as anti-partisan units, and I have done so. But those to me are as much as, oh shit, we just got invaded, you know, or something like this. Well, what do? All of our panzer divisions are out in, you know, Russia or something. Well, you start moving the SA up. Oh, you have these. Now, of course, you can, and I know a lot of people do, will take that Luftwaffe command structure, and I have stripped a few off, and they did historically, as things get worse, strip off some units, but early on strip off some of those anti-aircraft units and just attach them to regular divisions and not build anti-aircraft guns for those divisions to sort of save some effort. Like I say, they did do that historically, but more as emergency things as the Reich is collapsing. And so that's, again, for me, having these naval HQs with some artillery and whatever sort of sitting in the ports represents the shore-based personnel that had some small arms training and had some, you know, gun training and whatnot, and to sort of give combat defenses to places. And like I put the submarine commands out here, and, you know, so that they're here, and the naval forces are somewhat anti-partisan. They're not, you know, anything like SS, you know, units as anti-partisan, but they're something. And so they do have a gameplay significance, even if you're using them sort of historically, in that they're mainly sitting in the rear areas. They're here in case Vichy switches sides and you need to rush some sort of forces down here. You can rush in some SA, or you get invaded, or whatever it might be. You have SA, you can use them unhistorically, like trying to move the SA units, and they're really junk, but to be frontline in the, you know, East Front. So that's sort of the, you know, with all that extra stuff for Germany. Well, and so you can try to do all the Luft floats. I don't do that for Germany. I do what I've built here with, is the other reason to attach them to ground units is to come here and here's all my transports. Now, of course, we didn't attach one unit that's going to be flying to this unit and being attached to here, so I can quickly find all that, or I can come up to here and go, oh, I need some fighters. Where are my fighters? What are they doing? Where are they? Let's find them. And so they're here. Similarly, like if, oh, we have you know, an invasion happening, an invasion of Japan or whatever. So I can just start clicking on all of these units and find out where they are, how far away they are, you know, and do I want to send them? You know, what are they doing? How important is it? So I use these. Now, the reason they have the intermediate levels is that I'm hoping, don't know, but I'm hoping that either his traits or his skill level in office, you know, in the position that he's holding, is reducing supply usage and maybe giving some other benefits, but I doubt it, and I'm not counting on it. But I figured, might as well. Maybe it'll help. Maybe it won't. We don't know for sure. Obviously, traits that can't affect air units won't affect air units. The others, I really don't know if you have an air unit that has, or a ground commander that has an air unit trait, if any percent of it translates to the actual unit. So that is how you can use it. Okay. So that is attaching ground units or air units to ground units. Why to do so? If you're an AI, if you like to have a front played by the AI, then yeah, there are real reasons to do so. Okay, we're going to do 2 more pocket battleships. These guys are just cheap and are more effective than light cruisers, but not that much more expensive. So Okay. Well, maybe I talked enough to keep this from... We're still getting ready. Okay, are we down here? Naval strike tactics have advanced. Okay. I hope it's helpful. Isn't just totally a stall, a little bit of a stall, because I sort of want to open the episode with the beginning of the Pacific War. This one is always sort of, do you want to move your fighter bombers to be more to interceptors? And it has, I think, multiple levels. Oh no, maybe not. Well, no, I think it does. It goes off the thing. I normally don't do this because I don't know. Do I want them to be, or do I just want, you know, general purpose aircraft are great, but specialty aircraft, I think are better for effectiveness on this. Okay, we'll do light bombers. Okay, now, like I said, I want to get these guys, and they also, of course, need to get organized up, meaning not be too disorganized. Yeah, that'll probably push it a few more days. Well, can they? Okay, can we? No. All right, let's try to find our smallest without breaking. Okay, these guys can get on. Okay, these guys can get on the aircraft. They're organized up enough to do that. Now, yeah, we're clicking through. These guys can't, but so if we remove the motorcycles, they can. Okay, good to know. So we can jump some units. We can para-jump in. Okay, that's definitely something I'm waiting for. I'm going to wait just a little bit longer to get that done. We're not going to wait for that, August 42, but those will be nice once we get them, either as supply or long-range airdrops. I don't know if our current long-range one is enough to carry a unit or not, but right now he's busy flying supplies. Okay, good, they're getting better on supply. These guys are getting, well, I don't know that they're getting better. We're still overstressed, but okay, they are still having problems. How are these guys doing? Problems. Yeah. I should have built more ports. Well, it's not too late to do that. I mean, it's too late to do that for now, but let's... because we're hoping to keep these for a while. And this already has 10, so we can't, through building process, increase that. How are we doing? What's here? Yeah, we got that. Okay. Okay, that's already pretty good. Did we increase this one out here? That's pretty good. We're gonna hopefully try to capture more, but okay. Yeah, and let's just move these because these are now December 42. See, that's sort of why I didn't do it before, because it's, oh, pillbox. We got pillbox and Kwajalein. Not that that's a problem, but I really want a Duroc, Kwajalein. Really want more. Okay, yeah, I did that, didn't I? Yeah, we'll still do that, yes. So ports take, you know, they're nearly a year, so let's move them to the top. We can sort of wait on some of those fighters, I guess, and whatnot. Obviously some of these are going to come out pretty soon. Yeah. It's just that time is why I didn't do it, and I didn't realize it was going to be such a problem. Now, going after here, Marcus Island. It doesn't look like it has any defenses. Or Midway Island, I should say, not Marcus. Marcus is the other one that we're going to be attacking from. So, let's just see if we were to stick him on board there. Okay, they can't get there. These guys can. Okay. Probably the destroyers are the limiting factor, but I'm not sure on that one. Let's go with the one with the elite light infantry. Okay, I think that is going to be our... Oh, that can't invade. Don't tell me that we did all this and we can't invade there? Get out of the boat. They can come to there. They can't invade. Have the range to move. Oh, can't invade because we're at peace. Oh. So used to playing Hearts of Iron 4 as much now. Cause I'll tell you, people, sometimes people, oh, you need to learn the game better or whatever. Jumping back and forth between Hearts of Iron 3 and Hearts of Iron 4 can be confusing, even though it looks very different, even though it reacts different. Sort of the problem is because I could plan the invasion prior to the declaration of war. So yeah, so we can, I think, invade to here. Okay, because we can move to there. Normally, if you can move, you can invade to that distance. So, yes. Okay. Don't know if boarding order means anything versus disembark, or is it purely just how fast? Because each of these unit types here has a different disembarkation speed. Marines and elite light infantry are like fast, and railway guns are incredibly super slow. Okay, okay, I do want to do some I want to like get the subs all out patrolling and doing things like that before I start this. So I think we're going to end the episode here. I think, though who knows, either I'll end up talking or finding something other delayed. But I think next episode will be starting the Pacific War. Thank you for watching. Thanks for liking the videos. Please post comments, questions, suggestions, tips. See you next time for more Hearts of Iron.